I randomly found this like group of just like fake South Park characters. So like it was just like people that would make a separate MySpace account for like a South Park character. So like your Stan, your Cartman, all that shit just had their own profile, and you would just pretend to be them, like talk shit to each other and shit. So I was like, wow, this is so cool. So all these characters were pretty much taken except Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo. So so I decided, I was like, well, there's no Mr. Hanky the Christmas Poo. I am now the Christmas Poo.
It's time for the Garage Boozing Podcast.
What's up, nerds, and welcome back to another episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast. I'm your host, the man with absolutely no plan, the Chase with the face for radio, Chase Shurga, and welcome to episode 50. This one is the first episode I have ever done outside of the garage. That is right, you heard it. We are not in the garage this week. We are actually in a hotel in Chicago. I'm here for the weekend hanging out with a bunch of my friends. We're really excited, and I said, you know what? Why not put a mix on things and, do an episode outside of the garage? So, we did it while we traveled, and we have a great conversation waiting for you. I am joined by three very good friends. My good friend KB, we got Michael Berg, Jordan Griffen back again, and the silent Jordan Griffen, I will say. But with all that being said, folks, you know what time it is. It's time to sit back, relax, kick your feet up, crack open a cold one, and if you're really feeling fruity, take a shot. Why not? Because this week's episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast starts now.
Oh yeah, in support for the Garage Boozing Podcast, it is brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped will help you trim up the family jewels to make everything nice and right for the ladies. Make sure that you're using promo code TGBP20 for 20% off your Manscaped products. Oh yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast. Today I am joined by three very special guests. To my left, we have Mike Berg and Kyle. To my right, your left if you're watching on YouTube, we have the return of Jordan Griffen. He's been here before. I think you were on like the third or fourth episode, very, very early in. But guys, welcome to the show.
About time.
I know.
Yeah, we were supposed to... Oh, yeah, so if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that I'm actually not in the garage right now. This is the first episode outside of the garage because I'm currently at a hotel in Chicago here for a... What the fuck am I trying to say here?
A wrestling event?
Yes, a wrestling event. Jesus, I'm drawing a blank. I've only had 2 beers. We are here for All Elite Wrestling's pay-per-view, All Out. It's like their version of WrestleMania, so me and the boys are pretty excited. Now what do I talk about now? Fuck.
Should be going.
No, kidding. What?
Should be a good show.
Yeah, it definitely should be a good show.
This is the third year we're doing it now, right?
Well, we didn't go last year because of the pandemic.
Yeah, we went 2 times before, then break here, and then
Oh yeah, so wait, we went
All
to
in.
third year.
and
We
then
went to
all out.
Mania.
Yeah, we went to All In, All Out, and then this is our third All Out.
Mm-hmm.
And what were we went to 3 WrestleManias?
33, 34,
35.
35.
Started in
And then,
2017.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it? I thought it was 16. No, it was 17. You're right. It was
Yep.
2017.
Orlando.
Yep. Look at this guy just sitting here. He's like analyzing the situation. He's like not even talking.
He's like,
just-
which show did I go to?
right?
I don't know where I hopped in. I don't think I was at All In. I think my first was All Out.
Yeah.
And then my first Mania would have been New Orleans when I was sleeping on the floor.
That's when I met you.
Yep. He did sleep on the floor.
Yep.
Yep.
He came in the next night. We were there one night. You were like, come on.
Yeah, we were in New Orleans for WrestleMania, and Jordan here, he was like, it was I think it was like 2 weeks before WrestleMania, because you knew that I went to WrestleMania. He's like, yo, are you going to WrestleMania? I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, you guys mind if I crash with you? I'll sleep on the floor. And we literally made him sleep on the floor. He actually slept on the floor.
He had his own little corner with the blankets and pillows, and
Yeah.
he was golden.
I had like one dream, right? All I wanted to do was see the goddamn Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yep.
You know, that was it. Wasn't even on the card, first of all. It was just going off of
Rumors
and everything else for that Cena match. And, decided at the last minute to fly on down. And, I felt like a Make-A-Wish kid. It was time for my dream to come true. And they put me right on the goddamn floor and put me right back in my place. So
Are we allowed to say that? No, it's a Garage Boozing Podcast. We'll keep it in. Even though we're in a hotel right now. But, what'd you say? I felt like a Make-A-Wish kid?
WWE is known for making wishes come true, guys.
You're right. He's not wrong.
Is John Cena about to walk through that door or what?
Wouldn't that be sick?
Make-A-Wish.
We wouldn't even see him. Though.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I totally forgot.
Speaking
So,
of ghosts. We got Adam Cole coming back tonight.
I doubt that's gonna happen.
I don't know,
I hope
man.
it happens. I hope Adam Cole comes back tonight. Oh, there's people that don't watch wrestling are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" But
Well, buckle up because most of it's gonna be
there's gonna be a lot of wrestle talk here.
maybe a few chops.
One would say one fall talk.
One fall. All right, so I totally forgot. Oh yeah, that's my fucking. Look at that. Look at that welt I got last night. I got beat up by a girl last night. It's fucking black and dude. This is like sticking out like that much. You probably can't see it while we were sitting, but oh my god, huge bump on my leg. I got beat up by a girl. Long story. Anyway, so normal ritual here at the Garage Boozing Podcast is when we get started, we have to take a shot. Why not? So I got here a nice bucket of Fireball. There's more than enough to go around. One for you.
Thank you.
One for you. And we put them in the cooler. They're not even cold.
And to think
Except
you almost didn't buy that.
I know. We were at the liquor store. Get this. So I don't know where you guys are from, obviously, because there's like a bunch of you listening. But where I'm from in upstate New York, there's 2 different stores for alcohol. You have your liquor store for like your liquor and your wine and all that stuff, and then you have like your beverage store. So just beer.
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's wild. But here in Chicago and even Indiana, it's just like they're all in one store. That's crazy to me. I've never like. Where else do they do that? What about where you live? Because you're originally from where I'm from, but you live in D.C. now.
Yeah, so for Virginia, I know liquor is separate than beer and wine. But if I think it's New Hampshire, I think everything can be sold at like gas stations, if I remember correctly. Or somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm probably
we got
talking
a-
on
we
my
got a
ass
gas
Well, you
right
said
now.
Virginia, New Hampshire. Okay, so I forgot. D.C.'s not actually a state, right?
No.
So
DC is
where
not
is
a
D.C.?
state. D.C. is technically a city in between Virginia and Maryland. It's not like part of either state. It's just its own little area.
Why is it not a state?
Originally, the founding farmers didn't want an individual state to claim ownership of the nation's capital. They originally actually thought about putting it in New York, and they thought that would be a terrible idea because then New York has the capital, blah, 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 blah. So that was kind of where that all started. Now it becomes a political thing because if you add a D.C. to the Union, that's a potential blue state. It swings things in elections again. It becomes
So it's like it's got to be neutral, is what you're saying.
That's what I
We
would
got it
guess.
easy
At
in
this
Indiana.
point,
I guess.
it starts to go
Yeah.
kind of crazy out there. So we will see. But that was the original intent, was just to keep it separate and its own thing. Now
Wow.
it has more people in it than most states in the country.
Yeah. Holy. What's the population? You know? I'm asking all these questions. You probably don't know, right?
I have
Gotta be millions.
no idea.
It's gotta be millions, right?
I would guess it's got it. I would think so. It's more than Rhode Island and a couple of other like small states on the eastern seaboard.
Well, now it's time for Google.
God bless.
D.C. population.
We didn't even get through the goddamn shot.
I know. Yeah. Oh, it's not even. No, it's only 700,000. I was wrong. And here I am thinking millions and millions. All right, let's take the fucking shot.
There
Already.
we go.
I haven't sworn yet, so now I feel empowered. Fuck.
Can't even reach y'all. Here we go.
To the boys.
I'd like to thank Mike for using his downstage or his upstage hand, so he didn't out-angle me too much while taking the shot there. That was very gracious.
Oh, you're right. I used this arm instead of that arm.
Well, I lied to you guys.
What's up?
We actually have to take 2.
Do? Okay.
All right.
Do we?
Here's one for you, and one for you, and one for you. All right, let's take the shot.
All right, let's do it. Cheers.
Okay, B, we got to teach you some class when you take shots, man.
Yeah, you gotta pat the table.
Yeah.
You saw that too, right?
Yeah.
Once you say cheers, you gotta like
I
this
patted
to
it.
take it.
Yeah.
No, you did.
Berg
I had
had
to
it.
do that during beer pong. Down, up, down.
Oh yeah. No, that's not.
Oh, I'm
that's
sorry.
flip cup.
Flip cup. My bad.
Shit. What was I just gonna say? Oh yeah, we're probably gonna be really drunk before we walk into this event. The event's in like an hour and a half, and we're just like doing this podcast very last minute before.
We wanted to start it at like 3, so
Yeah,
we
you
had
know?
enough time. But we started what 4:30.
Yeah. Well,
Sounds about right.
It took me a while to get us set up. Who knows? Maybe we will finish it later when we're drunk. I don't know.
Can you stand up real quick? Show them
Oh,
your little.
look at my fire outfit right now. Look at this.
Come on.
Look at that fucking shit.
Come
right
on.
there. I'm gonna walk. Oh, you can't even hear me. I'm gonna walk in this place, point at a lady. She's gonna come right to me. Looking like this. Oh yeah, I lied to you guys. We actually have to take 3. No, I'm kidding. Kyle's face.
Listen, man, we don't take a lot of Fireball.
His fucking face just now. All right. So now to some storytelling. So Kyle, you're actually no, I've known you the longest here, I think, actually, but we were never actually really tight when we were younger. But Actually, I don't know. I don't know if I knew you before I was 12 because I met Kyle when I was 12.
On
We
where?
broke all
Where
the-
did you meet?
We broke all the rules.
Tell
and
the
we
story.
met on MySpace.
Yes, we broke all the internet safety rules. We met on MySpace. And I'll just tell the whole story. I didn't care because it's funny. But back when I was 12 years old, I really liked a show called South Park. You guys all know South Park, obviously. And MySpace was lit back in the day. You could have like your profile song. You could edit your profile, make it look all cool, your layout. And I randomly found this like group of just like fake South Park characters. So like it was just like people that would make a separate MySpace account for like a South Park character. So like your Stan, your Cartman, all that shit just had their own profile. And you would just pretend to be them. Like talk shit to each other and shit. So I was like, wow, this is so cool. So all these characters were pretty much taken except Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh. So so I decided, I was like, well, there's no Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh. I am now the Christmas Pooh. So like all the funny characters like that were kind of like cool. So I ended up reaching out to Kyle, who was Towley. The real Towley, right? That was it.
Oh, a 12-year-old that was a towel that got high.
yeah, I know. Oh man, it was so crazy. So so me being Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh, I reached out to Towley because he was like making everyone's layouts and stuff. You were like the layout king on MySpace. So I asked him to make me one, and he did. And then ever since then, we just kind of kept in contact, and yeah, the rest is history. I remember one time actually, my mom found out that I had the fake MySpace South Park character profile. She got really mad because I used to go to her house for all the summers. So I remember I was there for a summer, and I was not allowed to go on MySpace. I was like banned from MySpace. And I remember I would literally sneak onto the computer, and I'd go onto MySpace and then delete the browsing history, and I thought I was sly. Really cool. But yeah, we definitely broke all the rules. We were webcamming when we were like 13, 14 years old together and shit too. And it's so funny, when I bought my first webcam, I tried to hide it from my dad. And I remember he saw it, and I was like, oh, it's a webcam, blah, blah, blah. And my dad's like, oh, that's really cool. I'm like, oh, yeah, it is. I thought he was going to like be pissed because I'm like 14 years old and like, who knows what can go on the internet. No, he didn't care at all. He was completely supportive. But and then there was a time where after a couple years, Kyle was like, yeah, I'm sorry, Chase, don't talk to me anymore, and blocked my number. So we had like a little group. There was like 4 of us in our original like South Park profile group, and yeah, did you get in trouble or something? Why did he told us to fuck off and never
No,
talk
I
to
did
my
not
dad?
say that.
Respectfully.
No, because I don't think my dad or my mom ever found out about the South Park side of things, but they definitely knew that I was talking to people online, and that was back when like nights and weekends was a thing.
Oh, cell phones, yeah,
and,
yeah.
And we were like 4-way calling or whatever, and I think I started the call, and it must have been like either it started at like 7 or 9, and I called like 2 minutes before. Then we talked. We used to talk for like hours and hours and hours when we were all online and stuff.
Well, and our other friend Emily was in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got the phone bill the next month. It was like over $400, and they looked at the call list numbers, and they're like, "Who the fuck are you talking from? From New York?" And I think I think Kaylin was in Vegas at the time.
So you were like around Chicago. Kaylin's in Vegas. Emily was in Japan, and I was in New York. That's the name of all the people that were in our group. Really, the only ones that talk now are me and Kyle. The other 2 are doing their own things, I guess.
Yeah,
But
and they were like, "You're done." So I had to delete everything and like tell people not to. And then there was one time that you guys called my house.
I was gonna mention that because
asked for me, and then I'm like,
That's what.
"What are you guys calling me for?"
That's what
that
got
really is.
That's how we became friends again. Is
Yeah.
because it was I want to say like 6 months or so. It was a long time that like we had no contact with Kyle because he told us to fuck off and like blocked our numbers. So no, I think you changed your numbers. They made you change your number? I think.
I think I did.
I don't know. Whatever the story was, we couldn't get in contact with him. Deleted us off all social media, stuff like that. Couldn't talk to Kyle. So imagine where would we be right now? Where would you be right now on this weekend at this moment if we never called your house phone?
Sitting it all out by myself.
Maybe been to one mania, maybe.
Yeah, right?
Maybe.
So then after that, it was like 6 months in, and me and the other 2 people were like, yeah, we really miss Kyle. We want to talk to Kyle. Actually, I remember you were really close with Kaylin before me and you got close, because he was like your friend back then. Yeah, so however long it was, I don't know how we found your house phone number. We might have just Googled it, I think.
Yellow Pages?
I probably called you guys on it before. Because there was probably like no restrictions or whatever, but I know that I didn't want my parents to see it.
Back then you can literally go in Yellow Book and type in the name.
That's true. You probably just looked up
Everyone
the
had
family.
I think we looked up your dad's name.
Probably.
And that because you obviously, if we looked up you, we wouldn't be able to find your house phone when you're 16, 15, whatever old you were. So yeah, I'm dragging the story on, by the way. But yeah, so we called Kyle's house phone. I think it was your dad answered, and we were like, "Hi, is Kyle there?" "Oh yeah, just 1 second." Kyle answers the phone. "Hello?" hey, Kyle. And who's this? Oh, Chase, Kaylin, Emmy. And you're like, oh. I'll never forget the stutters I heard. And then, I don't know what we talked about. That was over 10 years ago. But ever since then, Kyle finally was like, all right, yeah, I'll be friends with these guys again. And now we're back.
The rest is history.
We're the only ones that keep in contact, though. Because we went to New York and met up with you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's way more to the story here. Oh, okay. This gets way better.
Yep.
All right. So, so a couple years later, me and Kyle were still keeping in contact and stuff. And he told me, I don't know, was it 2000? It was 2015, I remember, because I lived in my apartment. It was right before I bought my house. It was like December, right? It was December.
It was November. It was right before Thanksgiving.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, I get a text from Kyle, and he's like, "Hey, me and my friends we're going to visit New York City in a couple of weeks. Do you want to meet up?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" So I brought Riley. You guys all know Riley. To go drive to New York City, and I remember I was talking to him. I was like, "Yeah, I really hope he's real." And Riley's like, "Well, haven't you like webcammed and stuff with him and seen him?" I was like, "Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I just hope he's like
until you see like an actual like person,
until you actually meet the person. Yeah, it's just like kind of weird. So like I am driving. I live in upstate New York. I call it South Canada, and that's like 3 hours from New York City.
Explains a lot.
I know, right? So me and Riley are road tripping 3 hours to go meet Kyle, who flew from Chicago to New York City for what was it, a weekend, or were you there for a whole week?
Yeah, we went from like a Thursday to Sunday or something like that.
Anyway, I was so fucking nervous. It's not even funny. But I remember it was a Sunday. I only went for a day. We went there for the morning and left at night. And our meeting place was Central Park. So we get to Central Park, and I'm texting Kyle, "Where are you?" And he's on these giant rocks or whatever in Central Park. I'll never forget the first time we made eye contact. That sounds romantic, but it's not.
Well, one of you guys were on the top of the rock.
How do you know this? Where the fuck were you?
You told me this yesterday.
We've heard the story.
You said this yesterday.
Yeah, well, they haven't, okay? But no, you're right. He was on top of the rock, and I was on the bottom. And I remember looking up, and I see Kyle, and then like we make eye contact, and he like waves at me. And I was like, oh, my God.
Was the Titanic music playing?
It might have been.
In your head?
It might have been. I think that we were both relieved that we were both real.
I know, for real.
Because I remember talking, I think Vic, Nick, Joe, and Neil were there. Yeah. And I'm like, well, at least I have reinforcement just in case this is an old man or something.
Yeah, I know, right?
But we were like, we're playing Xbox all over those years. Like we played, like,
we played Xbox and then your friend Sonny and stuff too. Yeah. So anyway, I see Kyle. We make eye contact. We give each other a little wave, and then I walk up the thing, up the rock to go meet everybody. I'm pretty sure. Did I give you a hug? I'm pretty sure I gave you a hug. Yeah, we hugged it out.
We broed it out.
Yeah. We did. We definitely broed it out.
It was a long hug.
Yeah, and then he introduced me to all his friends that he was with, which I ended up taking a vacation to California a couple months later. And then after that, we like explored New York City that day. And we went to the Museum of Sex. We went to this giant bounce house full of boobies. It was awesome. The bicycle, the dildo at the end. Put in the video, Chase, if you can find it. If I still have it on your phone, I still have it on your phone. If I still have it on my phone, put it in the clip now. I hope I had it. Anyway. So yeah. Wow, I feel like that story took like 1,000,000 minutes, but it really only took 3 looking at the time here.
The people need to know.
Draft Top. The Draft Top was designed to give you a better all-around drinking experience, and let me tell you how. You take your Draft Top bar tool, put it on top of your adult beverage, give it a little squeeze, not too hard, a little bit of friction, a little to the left, a little to the right, a little to the left, a little to the right, and wha-bam. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see me demonstrate this. If you're listening, I'm sorry, you just got to hear me talk. But yeah, then you pop your Draft Top off, take this, push it down just a tad, and now your beer just became a cup. So forget about wasting plastic, pouring your beer can into a cup, into a red Solo cup, if you will. It doesn't matter because now your Draft Top just made your beer into a cup. So now you can chug your beer a hell of a lot faster. You can smell the aroma of the alcohol. The experience of drinking here is just so much better thanks to Draft Top. So go get yours now. I want you to have one. You want you to have one. Draft Top wants you to have one. And you can get your own Draft Top at www.drafttop.com. And don't forget to use promo code GarageBoozing for 10% off site-wide. That's right. It doesn't matter what you get in your Draft Top cart, 10% off site-wide using promo code GarageBoozing. You know how to spell it. Don't be a fool. Buy your Draft Top right now. Treat yourself. You deserve it. All right, back to the show.
But then that happened, and then how Mike got pulled into everything was, I think I was talking to Noel, one of my friends, Noel, and I was like, I have to go to WrestleMania. It's a once in a lifetime thing. Like I've been a wrestling fan since I can never remember.
Well, because like when I went to college, I created a little like freshman friend group. It was a group of like 8 to 10 people.
Yeah.
And
then,
she happened to be like good friends with you, Jackie.
Yeah.
And so like we would just randomly see each other out or just like messaging or whatever, and then you found out I liked wrestling. I found out you liked wrestling
through Twitter,
and that was that was kind of when I got back into wrestling because wrestling was horrible for how many years?
Dude, like 2010 to 2014.
Horrible.
I barely paid attention.
So once like the Shield era like kind of brought me back, and then we got in the indies and
dude, I would always watch it, but like I would fast forward through Raw because it was 2 hours, then it turned to 3 hours, and it was just like I would watch Raw in 30 minutes, like fast forwarding just good shit.
All the Raws and SmackDowns would go on, but we'd still be just talking about indies or
indie wrestling is what got me back into wrestling.
No, I like full force because it was more of like we like the storylines, we like just because they know it's real. They know it's like it's fake, but it's all about.
Whoa!
You know what I
don't use the F word.
It is a male soap opera, but when it's
don't use the F word.
What? You say a male soap opera?
Basically.
What about the females?
It's a female soap opera. It's all a soap opera.
Not a soap. No, it's not. It's a performance. It's an acrobatic.
It's sports entertainment.
Yes, sports entertainment. It is a athletic.
But we're wrestling.
It's a show. But I think honestly, I think professional wrestlers put in more work and put their bodies in more harm than a professional football player. Tell me I'm wrong.
Thoughts?
Tell me I'm wrong.
I would say more than not football.
All right. Well, Griffith said 3 words in this podcast, so tell me I'm wrong.
That's because he's worried about getting out angled by me.
Yeah,
Oh my God! Who no one cares about your body lifting, you fucking losers.
He's drinking a rain right now. That's why I mean.
But all that led because I think that was probably like the second time that me and Mike actually hung out.
That's it.
We did not know each other that well.
Me and Kyle,
we knew of each other through mutual friends and stuff.
You graduated high school a year before me, right?
Yeah.
So and then we were literally
Did you guys go to the same high school?
No, he went to Munster. I went to Highland.
Yeah.
But he was a town over. But we never. I didn't know any of his friends. He didn't know any of my friends.
Yeah.
I was more just straight
His
Highland.
friends are fucking awesome.
Oh fuck yeah, way better
You
than
had
my
the
friends.
perfect. You had literally
way better than my friends.
Way better than my friends too. Fuck my friends.
Fuck my friends too.
I wish I could like pick up your friends and move them to New York because it's a perfect friend group. It's they're so chill.
Honestly, I mean,
great people. Love to fucking.
I can't remember the first time that we like locked up with friends. Like I don't remember. It just happened so like organically and so just on a dime. And the next thing I know, we're going to WrestleMania in Orlando.
I literally invited anybody that was in my mind that I knew liked wrestling.
Yep.
And I said, if you're interested, whether it's just me going or every single person.
Because
I remember because you told me you wanted to go, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm in."
Yeah.
Because I used to see you at the gym at Omni all the time.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, we follow each other on Twitter and we're liking wrestling shit, and then we talk about it in the gym here and there.
Yeah.
When you would walk in, I'd be lifting or you'd be lifting, and then I'd talk to you. We'd talk wrestling real quick.
Yep.
Next thing I know, we're at WrestleMania. I meet you for the first time too.
Yeah, I went to the gas station and I come back and Mike's here. His plate landed, and he's just got like a 30 rack of Bud Light. And he's like, "You want a shotgun?" I'm like, "Okay, I like Mike."
You're right.
Mike's cool.
Yep. That
was my first shotgun ever, by the way. Yeah. I wasn't a big drinker until I was 21.
That's the best thing about those trips, though, is that like it started with us three, and then God bless Neil, because that poor guy went with us, and he doesn't know a lick of wrestling, but he was a trooper, and he hung out there. But then the next time, I think that's when I met Jordan.
Yeah, that's when I met Jordan.
And also, who else came?
Nas.
Nas and Shemez.
Yeah,
came.
you didn't meet my friend Mike Weed until New York City.
Mike Weed and Kelly and
Kelly, yeah.
Jared.
Yep, Jared.
Yeah, Jared Jared wasn't in New Orleans? Was that New York?
He was in New York.
But that was my favorite thing, is that if you think about like every single one of those trips, we've all like met new people, like whether it's your guys' group of friends,
never
our
been.
guys' group of friends.
We've always had like us three, but then we've had Jordan. We've had Mike, Kelly.
Well, the original, our group chat is called One Fall Talk because that was my original idea for a podcast. And One Fall Talk, like wrestling match of the scheduled for one fall, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so we're the original 3 members of One Fall Talk. And then I remember when you went to WrestleMania with us in New Orleans, we had like a separate group chat with you. And eventually I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll put Jordan in the group. Maybe you're his stripes. And he did. So
we've had a 4-man group chat for a year and a half, 2 years.
We talking that every day.
Every day.
Every day we're in that group chat.
I have my notifications off on like everything, basically like Snapchat, Instagram. I don't like getting notifications. But if I see numbers on my text messages or even Instagram because of One Fall Talk, it's either my group chat with my fantasy football league where it's like a lot of the guys I grew up with, or it's you guys.
Oh, so you don't have our group chat muted?
No,
I do.
No, I have it muted.
I know.
No, I have it.
I can tell because I'm like, why is no one responding to this? But
I have it muted. But if I see like numbers, I know it's if I don't get like a notification, I know it's either it's a group chat.
No, I
turn it on and off though, because sometimes like people be texting it like with the time zone difference, like you guys would be like sending stuff from Ringside News at like 7 a.m. and I'm like, what the hell?
What happened to 434? No, 434.
434.
Oh, I fell out of that. It was. This is gonna. I don't want to tell the whole story here, but
long story short, you were a part of.
Yeah, I was an editor for a wrestling journalist thing, and honestly I wear too many hats. I got fucking 17 projects.
You got podcasts, you got clothing companies, worldwide. What is it called?
World Renowned. I got a podcast, clothing company. I have a fucking ATM business. I have
How's that going?
Real job 9 to 5. It's great.
Is it going good?
ATM business, yeah. But like I'm so busy with everything else. I'm in no ambition to like get more locations and stuff like that because it's a lot of work, dude. Like sometimes I gotta leave work in the middle of the day, fly to the ATM, fill it up.
One year, me and Kyle will fly out to your house. We haven't been there yet.
We gotta be to the actual garage booth.
Yeah,
studio.
There's nothing impressive in my area. Upstate New York is like, oh my gosh.
We got Lake George.
Oh, you guys might like. I feel like you'd like downtown Saratoga too. The nightlife in Saratoga is pretty cool, but
I mean we're me and Kyle live. We're kind of in a really good area. We're literally 30 minutes from Chicago.
You know what's funny? So so you guys live in Indiana, but they're like right on the outside of Indiana, which is like really close to Chicago.
We're in the Chicagoland area, northwest Indiana.
Yeah, it's like
we have all Chicago times.
Yeah, they've got like a 30-minute drive to Chicago, just like us. We have like a 45-minute drive to like Albany. But Albany's a dump. The New York State capital is an absolute dump. What shocks me is why Albany is the capital and New York City is not. I don't know, but I mean it's cool because the capital's close to me. But like Albany's a dump. Do you ever go out in Albany? No one goes out in Albany. Albany's trash.
Never been to Albany.
I mean, for us too, because like if we want to change it up, we can do a 2-hour drive to Indy, and
there's
so
nothing
close.
impressive in Albany. Don't go to Albany. Don't
Hour
plan a
away from
vacation in
Michigan.
Albany. Don't do it.
Yep. Yeah, we can get to Michigan.
If any of you are ever thinking like, I want to visit New York. Oh, the capital's Albany. I'm going to vacation in Albany. Don't fucking do it, because you have a terrible time and it's a dump.
Don't fly into Indy either. Just fly into Chicago.
Yeah, fly into Chicago. Chicago's sick. I call this my second home. I fucking love Chicago.
I mean, we're probably 30 minutes from like the actual city right now, but we're still in driving distance right away. I mean, it's easy.
Beautiful view of the skyline from this.
Yeah, we do. We got one.
All right, folks, let me tell you all about the Pump Action Shotgun Tool. Whoa, there's a tool for shotgunning? Hell yeah, there is. So listen to this. The Pump Action Shotgun Tool, created by the Drunk Engineers. Love that name, by the way. It makes shotgunning a hell of a lot easier, and let me tell you how. So you're going to take your beer, and you're going to stick it right in the shotgun tool, like this. Hold it like that so the air pockets are up here, and then you're going to give it a little squeeze. You're going to hear pop, bam, pop. But look at that. No mess. So right now the air pocket's right up here, and you're going to want to make sure you take this, push that down, and then what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the tool. Hold the beer can in place to the mouthpiece. Then you're going to put your mouth on the mouthpiece and shotgun. And boom, no mess. You can shotgun at the dinner table, family events, wherever you want with absolutely no mess. So forget shotgunning, slamming a knife right through. Yeah, not a thing anymore. Thanks to the Pump Action Shotgun Tool by Drunk Engineers. And you can get yours right now. So just log on to www.drunkengineers.ca. Don't forget to use promo code GarageBoozing for 15% off site-wide. That's right, promo code GarageBoozing for 15% off site-wide. Go get yours now. Thank me later. Back to the show.
We do.
Awkward silence in 3, 2, 1.
We do.
Shot?
No.
Take a shot.
Did he just say no?
My face is red, right?
Face is red as
Sometimes
fuck. I was like watching it slowly.
Wait, what about my ears? Are my ears? Not this one. This one's red.
That one's red. Yeah, I was like watching the redness creep down your face.
Are we taking one more
time.
shot?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Let's take one more shot.
We're Ubering.
Yeah.
We're Ubering.
Earlier my dad texted me. He goes, don't drink too much and pass out during the pay-per-view. And I go, thank you. He goes, not the response I was
It's
looking
funny
for.
because he actually
I did
fell
that once.
asleep
That's why he said that.
in WrestleMania.
knows
We've been to
Every
3
single
WrestleManias.
one of them.
No, not every... Wait, actually, you're probably right.
Probably. The last one that we went to, was that the one in New
Dude,
York?
isn't it crazy
Yeah.
though how we've been to 3 WrestleManias, we've been to 3 all-in/all-outs, but we're more excited for all-outs and
Well, because AEW is a better wrestling.
right now, yeah, absolutely. Like I
Good.
can't watch. When's the last time you watched a full Raw?
Never.
When's the last time you watched a full SmackDown?
Actually, I can tell you the last
I
time I
do
watched...
watch full SmackDown.
I can watch a little bit of
The
SmackDown.
last time I watched a full episode of Raw was probably back in like the early 2000s when they had bra and panty matches, and my dad would tell me, oh, because he knew I was watching wrestling in my room. He's like, it's my bedtime. I'm in like fucking 5th grade, and he'd be watching Raw in his room. I'd be watching Raw in my room, and then something like sexual would come on, and he'd go, turn off your TV. So then
Because he's watching it too.
yeah. So then I would just mute the TV. I wouldn't turn it off. So then I'm seeing the titties and everything. I loved it.
You mean he didn't want you to see Edge and Lita's live sex
No,
celebration?
He did not want me to see that.
That was moving the needle right there, man.
Yeah, remember when her boobie popped out of the blanket?
I do
do.
not remember that.
It did.
You don't?
No.
YouTube
Alright.
is your friend.
All right, well, yeah, YouTube is your friend. It is on YouTube. Look it up.
Take a shot.
Cheers.
Take a shot. Why not?
Why not?
Cheers.
We got to get this fucking show, boys.
We'll be there eventually.
Well, now Griff is up to 20 words during this episode.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm trying to treat this podcast like I'm Brock Lesnar. I'm getting paid per, second.
Okay,
of
I like
actual
that.
work,
I like that.
Yep.
Not how much I, show up
We're,
overall.
You're
Chase,
right.
Chase is the workhorse. He's more
Yeah.
of the Bryan Danielson.
Exactly. My
Spoiler.
matches are
Spoiler. Oh, well, he just broke
Is it the
everything.
final countdown?
I hope so.
Yeah.
So we're going to a show tonight, all out.
Oh, you're getting red now, too. The alcohol's
Dude,
coming through. I love it.
Am I getting blotchy? Remember,
A little bit.
Yeah.
remember that time?
Your neck is getting
Remember
hit,
that time
man.
when we got mimosas?
Yeah.
Where my whole neck was just blotchy
It
and
was
red.
unreal. I couldn't believe it. You
Wait,
just
was
had
that the last
spots of
year
red.
I was here?
Every time he's had
No.
Oh no, you weren't
I think it
there.
was the first time
This
that
was-
we went to one, but that was all in.
That was all in. That was all
That was
in.
all in.
weekend.
Yeah,
And
we
went to the.
some. What was that called?
Because we went to a little
I don't remember what it was
last
called. It was
time.
some mom and pop shop.
No,
and,
that
like,
was the place that's closed now. The
Yeah.
Patties.
Yeah, the small mom and pop.
Because
It was
we
like
went.
$25.
Because then we
for a
went
meal
there.
and
We went there 2
mimosas.
days later before the booze cruise, and the same thing happened to me.
Remember the booze cruise when we
Oh,
almost
yeah.
missed it?
Remember
I was
that
like,
gr-
go on the cruise.
Remember, yeah, I
And
know.
you're like, I'm not leaving.
That cruise. That was such a good
Yeah,
day.
because Kyle was so stressed because we had to like get like parking to this thing and like we were gonna be late to get on it. So he goes, "No, go to the cruise. Leave me behind.
Well,
I'll be fine."
no,
I'm like,
because Raven parked her car, and I went back, and some guy came
I
outside
was-
and goes, I'm gonna call to get your car towed or something. So we ran
Yeah.
back, and she moved
Yeah.
her car.
I had a jog to the boat with Raven, just to make it on that boat. 'Cause
there was literally like 10 of us going.
I think
on
I
the cruise.
jogged up there, and I was
No,
like,
we had
you
like
guys
15.
go,
Yeah,
and then I ran back.
Kyle's trying to be the hero. He's like, "Go on without me, go."
When is Kyle not trying to be the hero?
He's always the
He
hero.
is the. If
Great
you're,
fucking
if you're
person.
listening to this guy is the best person in the world.
Heart of
if
gold
you
this
want a
guy has.
friend, you want this guy. The absolute best guy. Planner, organizer.
If any of my friends are watching it, is that true?
He's the
You see him getting red like me? Guess because
he's the
he's
planner.
blushing a little bit.
He's the planner. He's the organizer. He's one of my best friends in the entire world. I
Yeah.
fucking love this guy very much. You're a fucking great person, Kyle.
he really
Thanks for
is.
everything you do.
Thank you.
He's a very generous person. Kyle's one of those people that definitely wants everyone to be happy.
Yep.
And dude,
He
Never
deserves
change.
the world. He's getting with all the bonuses, the shit that you're getting with your new job every other Friday. You deserve it. It's fucking awesome. The little perks.
fantastic.
Yep.
Griff, you got anything to say?
Do you golf?
Do I golf?
I mean, you're wearing a Tiger Woods shirt, a hat. So.
I do have the hat, but the hat is more for looks than actual golf
Golf
ability.
sucks.
Not a great golfer. You can ask anybody that's ever been on there. I drink more than I swing. Actually, no, I probably swing more than I drink because I miss the ball quite frequently. But that's okay.
Just like you last night with the punching bag.
Just like the punching bag, you know.
We all
How do
had
you
some
split
good.
your hand open on a punching bag?
For the record, I did.
It's not even a punching bag. It was one of those machines that you, like an arcade game that you run up and you punch the little speed bag looking thing, and then it tells you your rating.
It's funny because he says, "How do you miss?" when he literally
I was hammered.
swung and missed.
Yeah,
It was hammered.
shit
And then I got
happens.
beat up by a girl.
You did. At least I didn't get beat up by the girl. But yeah, things happen.
Every single time this girl, Angelica, sees him, they always fight and they always tussle.
Whenever we're drunk, we always fight. She always gets the upper hand. Because I can't beat the shit out of a girl. What am I supposed to do?
I don't think you can call it a fight, man.
I mean, she can deadlift like double your weight too.
That doesn't mean she can fight better than me. She just takes advantage of me when I'm drunk and beats me up when I'm drunk. If we were sober, I'd throw her through a fucking window.
I don't think so.
You hear that, Angelica Pickles?
Jesus Christ.
I don't think so.
Nah, Angelica.
I got my money on you, babe.
Yeah. I got Angelica.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Well, I broke the fourth wall.
Wow.
Oh.
I right at the camera and said, I got money on you, babe.
God damn.
All right, guys. Well, at this point, I think we got to get ahead of the show, right? We got
before we end this segment.
Yeah, we might come back again.
No,
I'm not sure.
pull your shirt apart.
Oh, we're gonna
You're
go
not
slap
shopping me. I'm not
in front of your
that.
viewers.
I'm not drunk enough for that yet.
The Young Bucks.
Give the people what they want.
Not doing it. Not
What
doing
would
it.
Batista say?
Not doing it.
If you don't,
We'll do it later. When we come back later and we're drunk, we see the camera right there. You could shot me when I come back.
if he edits this part out, I am gonna literally
Honestly, I think
fly
we should
to
do
New
it
York.
now.
Oh,
no, we're not doing it now. I'm not drunk enough.
Not drunk
I
enough.
have to be drunk to the point where I feel no pain, and right now I will feel pain.
I think the chop should be the thumbnail.
Would you-
Does that
Hey,
mean you should take a shot?
No,
Chase,
not
would
yet.
you be able?
Why not?
Would you be able to? Chase, would you be able to upload a video of the first time I slapped you on the podcast?
Yeah, I'll put it on right now. Insert clip.
Yeah, straight into a beer bottle case. Just right into my fucking chest. Just fucking do it, piece of shit. Let's go.
Oh!
That was hardest.
Take a shot. Why not?
I'll see you nerds next week. Woo! What an episode. What a great time catching up with the boys. And also, I hope you guys enjoyed that nice little change up from the usual setup, being in the garage, being in the hotel. The hotel was actually just perfect, the hotel we got for the podcast. We walked in, there was that big couch with the table right when we walked in. I was like, oh, this is a perfect setup. Yeah, anyway, hope you guys liked it. Maybe I'll do those more often when I travel now, because we all know I'm all over the place all the time. But yeah, anyway, back to my special guests, KB, Mike, Jordan. Always a blast when the boys get together. Thank you so much. We've been talking about making this episode happen for a while, and we finally did it. And yeah, it was a great conversation, and I can't wait for the next time. I love Chicago. But folks, please don't forget the absolute #1 way to support the brand. Buy some merch. We've got hats, we've got t-shirts, we've got hoodies, we got sweatshirts. You name it, we got it. And it's all available to you at www.garageboozing.net. And nerds, don't forget to follow the brand on all of your favorite social media accounts at Garage Boozing, as well as YouTube, if you'd rather watch than listen. And of course, don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, whatever the button is, on all of your favorite podcast platforms so you can be notified as soon as a new episode is released. We are on Spotify, we're on Amazon Music, we're on iHeartRadio, we're on Pandora, we are everywhere. All podcast platforms, you name it, we're there. Go subscribe. Thank you. Well, that's all the time we have for today. And guys, thank you so much for your support. This whole thing would not be possible without all of you. So I thank you guys every week. I'm going to continue to do so because without you, there's no brand, there's no podcast. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. And with all that being said, I'll see you nerds next week.
Ladies, gentlemen, and nerds. Do you have what it takes to be a guest on the fastest growing, alcohol chugging, and nonsense talking podcast? Well, now is your chance. The Garage Boozing Podcast has new guests every week, and you could be one of them. Just simply log on to www.garageboozing.net. Click the Be on the Show tab and submit your information. It's that simple. Join the boozement or be a loser. Don't miss your chance because we're taking this to the moon.